Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Tron, and not just any Tron. This is AdeptoTerra's second place Paupergeddon Tron, and we have the man himself, AdeptoTerra, with us today. Welcome, thank you. How you doing? Uh, well, you came in second in Paupergeddon. Did you feel like your list was well set up there, or do you feel like it was tech to that metagame? Is this something that you would recommend for everybody? Hmm. Yeah, I see that here. Yeah. So this is sort of a prohibit that also counters relic, basically. And then you can counter big creatures as well, like the initiative or whatever, just because, this 4 mana is a huge tax for almost every deck that's not Tron. Right. And if you're looking for a counter, like a remove soul effect, this seems like it's just strictly better because you can also counter, uh, any other artifact, like you said, relic and stuff. Why don't we go over the list really quick? This is Control Tron, if anybody hasn't seen this before. It works off of the Tron lands, so Urza's Mine, Power Plant, and Tower. These two give you 2 mana, and Tower gives you 3 mana when they all are on the battlefield. And then the other lands are mostly dual lands with 4 Seagate and 1 Thriving Isle. I assume Seagate's here because you could potentially put it on blue-white and then fake that you're Kogate. And then over here, 1 island for a basic in case of wildfire maybe. And then we have a remote isle. And since we're playing expedition maps here, we can search up the remote isle for turn the expedition map to draw a card for 5 mana. But that isn't that much mana when you have Tron lands, and you really need it. And then you also have Crystal Grotto, which is a scry land, which is nice because you can tap your mana here, filter it for blue with Grotto, and then Ghostly Flicker your Mnemonic Wall, and then keep scrying. I'm not sure how often that will come up. And then Cave of Temptation is one of the old school win conditions where you can continue looping Cave of Temptation with Pulse of Marasa to continue adding counters to your Muldrifter and attack with a big beefy drifter. Then Bajuka Bog, which is like the graveyard 8. And since you have, 5 ways to fetch it, it's like pretty good. As well as the Flicker on Bajuka Bog really shuts people down. Did I cover everything for the lands? Right. Yeah, I was wondering about that. How are you managing the board with just 2 moments piece? Is that through these board wipes? So without moments piece, with just 2, I see there's only 2 in the entire 75. Are you saying that Rhystic Circle is good enough to make it like your third fog effect, and that's fine? Since you have so many teachings, you can get to the pieces in time? Hmm. Right. Because, uh, yeah, because they can't deal with it. You just the other thing is you're playing 1 Ephemerate and 2 Flicker. How did you come up with that set? Do you think Flicker is better just because of Bog? Right. Yeah. Hmm. Right. So one thing that's cool in this list, I just wanted to pull up because we were kind of looking at your teaching targets. You have 3 teachings here, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, really 9, maybe 10 teaching targets. So it's kind of cool that you could find space for 3 teachings. Um, I feel like I did enjoy having more colored sources, so I feel a little bit nervous about these just 4 refractors and 1 terminal. But it looks like this terminal is here is just sort of a possibility of a value play where you tap the refractor to loot, and then the refractors are your main colored source here. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Yeah. One of the things that happens to Tron is generally you'll like flood out, so the looting here is quite good. The other thing is you're declining to play Compulsive Research and instead playing Rolling Thunder. Do you feel like Rolling Thunder has more utility overall, and that's why? Are you missing the card draw for Compulsive Research? Right. Right. Yeah, I wanted to go over that. Yeah, so I'll go over that real quick, but the way that it works is Unwind untaps 3 lands. So you get to untap these 3 Urza's Towers, which makes 9 mana. So Weather the Storm plus Unwind is 5 mana, but each colored source is really 2 mana from Energy Refractor. So this is 3 plus 4 is 7. That means that you can unwind or whatever. Okay, so what I really wanted to say was Ghostly Flicker plus Unwind costs 8, and this makes 9 mana. So if you can unwind Weather the Storm copies over and over and over and over, you make 1 mana per unwind loop, where you Ghostly Flicker the 2 mnemonic walls, get the unwind the Weather the Storm copies. And you can start that loop by having exactly 13 mana or more and Storm 5. Well, 13 mana allows you to mnemonic wall, flicker, and on the tower, which loses you 1 mana, but starts creating Storm. You go down to 8 mana, cast Weather the Storm, unwind all the copies, and then it gives you exactly enough mana to flicker the 2 walls for Weather Storm and Unwind, and then do it again. And then from there, it's all mana positive, which is kind of convoluted and probably something that you want to write down for your opponents in paper. But you got to use this in the finals, which was kind of sweet to see. Did you use that at all other than that moment? That's pretty funny. It was really cool to see. I was like, okay, he has infinite life. He's just gonna find the infinite damage, but your opponent was not playing an infinite damage outlet. You had Fog Lock, and then you just went for the infinite damage, infinite +1 over here. So the other things, we got this Destroy Evil, which is pretty good against Terror, and then also cleaning up munitions, the Journey Nowheres and stuff. Right, yeah. This makes me want to play Energy Refractor and some sort of Bant nonsense familiars pile where you flicker the refractor. But what's cool here is I wanted to say almost all of the spells are blue, and then you have kind of a couple of different options to go with your color, your second color, because all of these are making 2 colors. And most of the time it looks like you're probably going to want to choose green because Moment's Peace, Weather Storm, Pulse of Marasa. And then your secondary color would probably be red or white, depending on what you're going with for here. And then you can have, your every color mana. So it looks like you're going for make Tron fast, get Refractor in play, control the game, generally. And then in the sideboard, we've got 4 blue and 4 red blast, or blue Elemental Blast and 4 Pyroblast. Did you decide to use blue Elemental Blast specifically? Because red decks tend to bring in the flag bearers sometimes, like red-white. hmm hmm Yeah. And that's like this one, or this one. Pretty sweet. I went for all old border everything if I could. Nice. And then the other things in the sideboard are mostly teachings targets and then 2 Din Robo Horrors. So you have second Pulse of Marasa for burn, second Weather the Storm for burn, maybe Grudge there, and then you have the 4 Blue Blast. And then the Din Robo Horrors are what, mostly for mirrors and mid-range piles? Right. That's true, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have to get it off the table. Yeah, pretty nice. And now it actually can target Guardian of the Guild Pact, notably. I don't know if you've tested that, but it does work now. It used to be bugged, but now it's not. So I think that's the list. So if you're interested, check out Adepto's channel on YouTube. What's your channel? All right, and then yeah. All right, let's see if we can get some relatively fast matchups where we don't have to Din Robo Horror people to death. So like and subscribe, leave a comment, question for Adepto, and we will see you in the matches. All right, so here we are in round 1 versus Guto Commit. And he has been on Poison Storm, which is interesting. I think we can beat that, but the problem here is that we have no colored sources. Do you feel like you can keep this and risk that? Just from having Tron lands? So now we have to mull again. And here we have a pretty decent hand, but I feel like we just put back some of the more expensive spells, maybe like the Flicker and the Breath Weapon or the Flicker Impulse. We don't know if Breath Weapon is good. Yep, it is the Poison Storm deck. So we have to start getting, this is not going to be good for us, but I think we probably go Grotto Refractor. Just looking for another land, really. And that's a pretty good one. So we'll pass. And then we're just going to try to do our thing as fast as possible. We're expecting them to also attempt to do that. They infect us right away. It's pretty good for them. We're going to play Refractor out, draw a card. And then we can't just evoke the Muldrifter here, so I think we impulse looking for the Tron pieces and then try to set up some sort of lock where we can counter them, especially if they have to use their depletion lands. Right. Yeah. Right. So we're at 2. So post board, I feel like, all right, do you play out the tower here? Or you have the tower for impulse? And I'm just going to impulse right now. I don't think they have any counter magic, but I think it's better to do that. We find another tower. So we just take the wall here. We already have a land drop, and these are not adding to our Tron mana, so it seems better to me. And then I usually just say any order. I think this one says, it says any order, but I think they retconned it to be a random order. Unless I'm wrong. It says your choice. Oh, the thing when they change it, what the real name for that is, not retcon. They didn't mean to do that, you think? Oh, then shuffle the deck? Weird. So this is not a very good position, I think. Problem? Do you think we should have to choose green for crop rotation then? Okay. We're already at 4 poison. They have 7 cards in hand. 8 cards in hand. I feel like it's not going to work out for us right now. Right. I know he's playing also the 5 mana poison. So I think I go evoke off of these lands. Just in case I draw Tron. We did not. So just play the tower. That'll be it for us. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. Very interactive. I mean, I'm happy that this is happening over there, but I'm also sad at the same time. It is a relatively quick game here, which is good. We'll get it more matches in. But post board, we can talk about a little bit while they're killing us, and I think it's just like a million Pyroblasts and then potentially Din Robohorrors. I think getting rid of their mana base is good. We don't need Moment's Peace. Pretty much all the rest of our main deck cards can be taken out, and then like Grudge is okay. Like we don't need our Pulse or our Weather at all. We could potentially keep the Pulse for like Evoke Drifter, Pulse, Drifter back. So would you keep that post board, just the 1 Pulse? Oh, right, because you can Pulse back this too. Okay, so we want all of our Pyros for sure. I think we keep in the Rolling Thunder just in case we can dome them out of nowhere. We can... Scatter Ray is mostly not viable. And then Ancient Grudge is pretty good. Oh yeah. Right, okay. But the rocks are like very good for the deck, so... Alright, well, see if that'll do it. Yeah, and the gate would be good. Right, yeah, it's a deck that relies on going sideways, I guess. Making sure that people are not preparing for it. Okay, post board, we're on the play. And we have a weird, but I think good hand. I think I want to keep this. Because we have the Refractor, and Pyroblast, and Crop. So any other Tron land means we have Tron right away, plus the Energy Refractor. And I don't think they're going to be bringing in Artifact Hate. They're leading on a green source. And since we have Pulsum around, so we can also Crop. Okay. Well, we can just play out the land and try to go for the Impulse. Pass the turn. So this one is not doing very much for us. This is quite good. We can like Teachings for Ephemerate and then set up that way, right? So we just Ephemerate Pyro them constantly. I don't think I'm going to bite on that. Yeah, I think the proliferation spells are the things that matter. So one thing we could do... Okay, they kick that. So they're getting low on blue sources, which is really good for us. Impulse, got a power plant, so I think we just take that, then Crop. Right, true. Could have taken either. Yeah, we want to leave as much mana available as possible. Grab a mine. Okay, we can now play the wall for the Impulse, and leave a Pyroblast, or we can have double Pyroblast. I think possibly plus Teachings. Okay. Yeah, if we can counter a Proliferation here, it'll be huge. I've known this costs 5 mana, and this costs 2 mana from the colorless. So I think we Teachings here. I'm not sure what for. I think I'm going to counter that. Because if they want to use their own counterspell, it's going to cost this land. Let's see what they do. It's definitely a bad spot for them to be in right now. And if this resolves, we could also get Grudge and just kill both their artifacts. I'm going to dispel the Pyroblast. Okay. So they do lose their land. Yeah, I think so. Do you think that you would just blow the Ancient Grudge completely to get rid of both their lands? Or both their chalices? Okay, let's get this Grudge. Another Pyroblast. Opponent says, rude. So we're going to pulse back the tower. Play the tower. This gives us play wall, or we can Grudge here. We can Grudge this and then wall for Grudge. I think that's probably fine. Or we can wall back the Teachings. And then we can Teachings for Ephemerate, because we have it protected with the Pyroblasts. So Grudge, we don't have to play the Grudge right now. We just play the wall and get the Teachings. Just to take them off of mana as much as possible. Okay. We want this anyway. Okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Blast that. They might have a removal spell to play Infectious Inquiry. We're at 2. They're looking for blue mana, basically. When you pinch this deck on blue mana, it makes it like not run anywhere near as well. Yeah, obviously. But it relies so much on having so much mana. Let's see if they have a removal spell. Pentad Prism. So they're gonna Deep Analysis. We gotta kill this Pentad Prism. Draw Seagate, so I guess we put that on red. Or white. Teachings for Ephemerate. Ephemerate here. Get back to Grudge. Alright. Ephemerate is mean. Do you think you want to change anything? Play draw? I don't think so. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Okay, so we're on the draw here. We have 1 land, double map. You don't want to take that risk. So now, do we put back the bog here? Okay. Now we have good stuff here. We can put back this and this. Or the wall is too slow right now. And we're just going to go get our Tron ASAP so that we can luck into an Energy Refractor. Or do you want to play the Cave of Temptation? Right. You're going to Chalice into Proliferate or into Phyresis? Into Pentad Prism. Oh, that is... Okay, so I definitely need to leave up a Pyroblast here. And they... Pyro. Do we win the game? Okay, so now we have Crop. I think we just play Tower and pass. What we're looking for now is... I don't know if I even want to map here. This is a weird spot. Oh, okay. So they prologue, and we're telling them we don't have anything, so I'm going to press OK. Sadly. Now, I guess Impulse? And then map for Remote Isle? Yeah, because they would have to blow all their stuff. Okay. Do we fake that we have a counter, or do we Impulse looking for a Refractor? Yeah. Refractor or a Terminal would be good. Do we take the Drifter? I feel like we do. Sometimes I get... Sometimes I'm like, do I want the lands, though? Okay, we're gonna... And they're doing their thing now, which is scary. We need a color. We need like a big colored source. We need a Refractor. True. So now that we have Pyroblast, do I Impulse or Muldrifter? Can we get... Are they gonna counter the Impulse and blow the Prism? Okay, obviously we take the Refractor here. Lay out the Refractor. Can't cast the Drifter. We can cast the Expedition map and the Pyro, so I guess we map. And then we just get a tower. Right? Okay. Alright, let's go. We have the Pyro. So I'm looking to Pyroblast a Vivisect's Insight right now. I'm hoping they get greedy. But now that they know I have Pyros in the deck and we can cast it. Another Prism. So green, so they're going to Thirsting Roots here. Okay, Proliferate. We're at 4 poison. They have 4 in hand. Let's see if we can just dunk on them with a Pyroblast on a Vivisect's Insight. Because this is 3, 4, 5. It seems like that's what they're going to cast right now. This is a... Bam. Do you have to counter? Oh, that was huge! Dispel's pretty good. Seems like they want Dispel. They've been playing Dispel over the Bring the Ending. I like Bring the Ending because it can counter Muldrifters, but I'm not sure about it. So they cast another Vivisect's Insight, go to 9 cards in hand. We're getting hammered. And they could just win here if they chain a few Experimental Auguries and Contentious Plans. Nihil Spellbomb. Okay. That's not great, but not the end of the world. So, Scry first. Evoke it? Do you think you evoke it just because you want more mana? Okay. Right, you're right. It's not going to win the game. We're close to dead. So we find Prohibit and Mnemonic Wall. Can't really play the wall right now. So we just have to sit. Another Insight. Deep Analysis. Okay. The thing that you don't want to counter. Stinks. Another Deep Analysis. They go to 9 cards in hand again. We're kind of in a bad spot due to this Spellbomb. I guess if they didn't have that Dispel here, we would have probably won, and that really did it for them. They kick the Chalice that we're not going to fight over. They have a ton of mana already. Maybe they just have lands in hand. Yeah. Another Island. Another Spellbomb. I mean, it doesn't even matter now. Do I counter it? Now I'm looking for an Ephemerate, kind of. And I find a Thriving Isle. So... can't always yield to that, because we might be able to respond later. Okie dokie. Can I play this on red, maybe? Or to Power Plant? Technically, it's kind of like the same amount, so maybe Power Plant is better, but because it's a tap land... Teachings? Do I just counter it now? Counter! And then let them have their fun. We are at 6. They're gonna Inquiry to 7. I don't think that there's any way that they can lose with 8 cards in hand here. They Augury. So that's an Anticipate. Look at the top 3 cards of your library and Proliferate. Okie dokie, we're at 8. The hardest part about this deck is clicking things. When it counters everything, we'll go to 9. Usually people concede with the final one on the stack. I'm gonna go to 10 now. Plays Din Rova Horror? No, okay. Okay. And we lose. So there you can see, like, part of it is the developing the mana was the problem. So we'll go on to the next one. Round 2, we're on the play, in the blind, versus probably Burn. Okay, do you lead on the Seagate or the map? Right. And we have a Prohibit, so we probably just want to go Seagate green. Okay. Land map. Okay. Yep, makes sense. That's a turn. Everybody's been seeing me playing Tron, so they probably want to expect that. Plains, some sort of mid-range deck. Probably White Weenie. We found the network terminal, so now we're just going straight for Tron. No sense. Now we just get to figure out if they're on black-white or just straight white. If they're on regular white, basically we just want to fog lock them. Get in for 1. Oh, yeah. I mean, if we have Muldrifter now, we go Terminal Muldrifter on 3. They are black-white, so we need to look out for something like, we have double Counterspell. That's pretty good. Pass the turn. We can only cast one of them. If they're black-white, then we probably want to save the Scatter Ray for the initiative and prohibit some creature here. Yeah, just counter everything. Donk. We don't have anything else to do, yeah. So now I Scatter Ray this. You're fine with Prohibit going away? Something to Ephemerate, yeah. Looks like they were... No, they do have the 5 mana. So Destroy Evil here can eat the initiative creature, but once they have it, it's not great. I guess we bog them. Doesn't matter, right? pass a turn. We're looking for any draw spell, but so would you say you would probably keep some random lands in hand for discarding? Okay, we find a mnemonic wall, so I'm gonna get back this scatter ray. I think they can't. The only thing they could actually resolve with it would be an ephemerate. Okay. They can only play a 1-drop and resolve it right now, or a 2-drop. They blow up my wall, which is perfect because I can pulse it back. Yeah, my bad. That was close. I almost didn't. So, no, I don't want to counter this right now, I don't think. Raven Inspector. It's worth noting that I guess they did have a bunch of stuff that they did. They played a 1-drop, they played a 3-drop, they played a 2-drop, they played Ephemerate and Cast Down. They did a lot of stuff. So I was like, this board does not look very good versus red. But it only doesn't look very good versus red because we got rid of all their stuff. Okay. And then we just played Mnemonic Wall for Pulse Marasa. So do you want to Impulse here? Ephemerate. We have Scatter Ray, though. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Never mind. It's not a Prohibit. Okay. Well, I guess we could have played the wall for the Prohibit, and then if they try to remove it, we have Ephemerate. Flicker? Now we can wall back the Pulse. Do they have just hold up for the initiative? Oh, but I was like, I have the mana floating. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. We have 3 color sources right now. It's not terrible. Dawnbringer Cleric. So I think I'm going to counter it. No, I can just have 6. But by countering this here, then we can play Mnemonic Wall to get back Double Flicks, Scatter Ray. So now we're looking for. Alright, they're going to take the wall. So I think I'm just going to go like this and flicker here, right? Because that'll leave us the 3 mana. Basically the same. Okay. Tron versus mid-range. The battle, the classic battle of all time. I guess Chainer's Edict would be annoying. Could like flicker on the bog to get rid of their Chainer's Edict. No, it would resolve already though. Look, yeah. So they're playing Cast Down. You just let it resolve, or do you flicker? Oh, and the bog, right? I don't think there's anything else that matters to flicker though, because this would leave us with no mana. This leaves us with nothing we can do. So we might as well. They're gonna draw a card, and they scoop to the flicker. All right. Sometimes Tron just wins. Okay, so Exclude I think is really, really good. Ancient Grudge it might be necessary. I don't know if Weather Storm is needed. Rhystic Circle. So then, okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, the Circle. And that's enough for us. Are you fine with going down to 21 lands? I guess since we're on the draw. Okay. Right. So there we saw that Scatter Ray was quite good. That was nice. So you would rather like play the long game with the Dinner of Horrors than try to just like luck into a Rolling Thunder 20 you over the Breath Weapon? So what should I cut? Unwind? Yeah, and this takes care of those, so. Right. Okay. So 2 landers. We have Refractors. So, because we're looking to draw a 3rd land, we can't really do anything without a 3rd land here. But we have 1, 2, 3. By next turn, we'll have drawn 3 cards. Seems relatively likely. And then, okay, power plant go. Now Mine or Tower gives us Tron, and then we'll be like pretty ahead. Do you expect them to bring in Dust to Dust versus us? Okay. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Should I just keep the Refractor in hand? And you're like, yep. Okay, so we're going to just crop here, crop this, grab the Mine, and then pass. So if we can impulse into a Tron land, we get to bounce this Basilica and really hose them. So what I'm saying is like we can cycle the Remote Isle and then impulse, and then that gives us more looks for another land for us, and then we can Dinner of Horror their Basilica and to put them way back. Yeah. We can also pull some more also these, the Cave of Temptation. All right, we already found the tower. So this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we need 8 to cast this. So we can impulse for pretty much whatever we like. They're going to ephemerate their Overseer. So we find an ephemerate, which means we can bounce this and then respond with an ephemerate. Okay, so do we just take out all their lands then? 6, 7, 8. This is exactly enough to hold up the ephemerate. So I think I'm just going to do that. And then they'll feel really sad and maybe just scoop right here. Because Dinner of Horror is a beating. Bounce this. Why did they... Oh, no, that... Okay. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking that... Why did they just... I thought maybe there was a bug where it put that in the graveyard. But no, that's not the case. Okie dokie. So now we ephemerate in response and get rid of their black source. Next turn, bounce the plains. And that will be it. Okay, yeah, this is such a beating. Oh my god. Alright, let's go to round 3. We have a very good hand, I think. Yeah. Well, I know Solerme tends to run control piles. He used to run in a black, white, blue pestilence, like a what's that called? Esper Pestilence pile. We're seeing a preordain out of them with an island, so it indicates it's probably not terror. Okay, land go. The only problem that we have is hoping to not play into a Spell Pierce here. Okay, I don't expect a Spell Pierce, but I feel like we have to play into it. Just gonna jam this. Did not have the Spell Pierce. Okay, so things are good for us. I think that they're probably on their Esper Pestilence or Esper like Ephemerate pile. Okay, yeah, it's like Esper Convoke, whatever that's called, Evoke. So do we? I think I play the Mine, and then we have nothing this turn. Okay. Yep, that's why it's good to have an expert here, because I did not even see that line, even though it's so obvious. I'm just thinking about, I guess, like, I don't know, they could have a teach for crop. You also still can prohibit, so that makes sense. Let's see what our opponent does. Oh no! Wait, let me pause this. So I made a horrible mistake, which everyone else knew about, but I didn't, where I didn't turn on the desktop audio. So I was just talking to myself, talking to Adepto the whole time. Sorry, everybody, but he's here, and we'll just go ahead and re-go over the list and everything while this is happening. Okay, right now we're going to teachings. Our opponent can counterspell.
So they counter teachings with this, but that's fine, I guess, because against those kind of piles, we don't really need to go too much fast. So yeah, we play the land, we pass.
Always play land pass. Okay, so we were talking about the list. I can just like bring it up on the side maybe. But Adepto was saying that he wants to have a list that's like based on having a lot of flexibility, right? And that's why you have.
Yep.
Okay, so this is going to draw them 4 cards regardless. Man, we missed some good commentary there. Like, I think we should concede versus Poison Storm. Everybody should just guess what it was. It's just all comments gonna be like. I'm gonna have to pin a comment on the YouTube like, please don't yell at me. That's what I get for you being the first one. One time I left my audio on, desktop audio on accident, and then there's like a YouTube video playing in the background.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, you're right.
Don't really want to waste it.
It's a 1-for-1, right? So we just impulse again. Refractor or crop rotation?
No, crop rotation. We go for crop rotation.
Yeah, because then we can. We crop the Seagate or the Cave? I guess it's the Seagate, since we have no Seagate.
Yeah, the Seagate just because.
So do we put the Seagate on white? They probably have Dawnbringers, so I don't think the Ristic Circle is very good.
No, Ristic Circle is not great.
Or red.
You can go Seagate for black, but probably go better going for white just for ephemerate. So it's irrelevant though, so because we have the energy factor.
Okay, so we're cropping the Seagate and grabbing the tower. And then
I think that it's better to already flashback the teachings so they can. Well, that's depending on how many copies of counters, but they have.
Well, we have teachings here right now for teachings. Hold a prohibit on their turn.
Yeah.
Or we can teachings on their turn and have prohibit.
Mm-hmm.
So our opponent says, "Bro, I wish you had your draws." No offense.
Usually the Solarman is really salty over time.
I said some offense taken, but not that much. Okay, I think I just teachings for teachings right now.
Yeah, I do the same.
Okay, our teachings for the teachings. Okay, that's turn. Yeah, Solarman loves their flicker pile. Man, I'm reeling right now. At least we're only in match 3. We did a few. Okay. Plays Angelic Renewal. Do we counter that?
No, I believe that we just need to stop them from having Archamancer. Usually against the ephemerate piles, when you are in a bad spot, it's better to let them resolve the card advantage stuff unless they have a very low amount of cards in hand, and then just counter the ephemerate or Archamancer to prevent them to have the ephemerate look.
Okay, that makes sense. You know what I realized is that with the software cutting out all of the dead air, it's just going to be like me talking to myself constantly because it's not going to be pausing for you to respond. Oh my god. Okay, so now we just pass again and then teachings and step?
I think that you can still play Flicker this turn, bouncing the tower and the refractor, so filter with Decay of Temptation. Because or a tap Decay of Temptation doesn't change it. Because it's just a pay 1 mana, draw 1 card, and I think that is fine, and there's no reason for the opponent to counter it.
Ooh. I probably counter this, right?
Yeah, I think that's better to counter.
Okay, they're gonna let that happen.
We'll Drifter on the top, please. Ouch. Okay, so we have the power plant. We play it, and I guess we pass.
Well, right now we can cast teachings, but it's probably not necessary.
No, that's not necessary.
So do we just teachings for impulse, or teachings for teachings?
It's probably better to go teachings for teachings, but
so here it looks like they're playing Archaeomancer, so we teachings for the Scatter Ray.
Teachings for Scatter Ray.
Okay, here's the Scatter Ray. Okay, trying to tap correctly. We Scatter Ray the Archaeomancer. They have to have Dispel here now. Okay, that resolves. That's a turn.
Right.
So we have no more creature counters in the decks because we have the Scatter Ray and the Prohibit gone. We have to teachings for teachings.
You're in a very good position right now. Ooh, another ephemerate. Okay, so we probably need.
They have the Angelic Renewal. What are you looking for?
So many stuff right now, so we just need to start growing something.
Okay. I think 6 are just teachings for teachings now.
See, we go teachings for teachings, and we'll probably teachings in their end phase for impulse.
Yeah.
There's no reason to play it right now.
So this is a battle now that's like very odd because they clearly are advantaged, but we have Weather the Storm and Fogs, so we're in the spot where it's going to take them a really long time to accomplish anything. If they play another Archaeomancer here, they late to din their Archaeomancer, we have nothing going on. They get the Ephemerate, I guess. They get the Counterspell.
Okay.
I guess I shouldn't have yielded. Should I have yielded? Now I'm just going to go ahead and play Teachings, trying to get my Impulse. I'm going to Counterspell it.
Weird. No, maybe it makes sense because they don't want to play around. They want to play around on a wind on their Counterspell. All right. Ooh.
So the only thing I can do is teachings for the
Teachings
impulse
for
now.
impulse.
Cast the impulse. Looking for a Mole Drifter. Found a Mole Drifter.
Small drifter. We cast it.
Okay, here comes the Mole Drifter. Slam. Draw some cards. We've already played a land.
Who is on?
I mean, this is a normal game for Control Tron versus a Control deck in game one, right? Like your game one is not very good versus a Control deck, really, because you're built to beat creatures and other stuff. You only have a couple of counters. You could definitely hose them in the early game, but I think we're like not looking very good. But post board, like
only the good cards, the cards that are good against counter spells against aggro stuff. So
yeah, this
useless against them.
All 6 star cards in hand are not relevant. But post board, we have 4 Pyroblast. Should we just scoop? They found the Ephemerate. Are they're going Ephemerate for Ephemerate? They have double Ephemerate going on. I think we just move on.
Yeah, you can scoop.
Should we say, I wish I had your draws? Okay. Dinrova Horror to punish. You can take out all of these things. And we definitely want all the Pyroblasts.
Pyroblast, exclude.
Yeah, exclude.
And we board out Rolling Thunder and Destroy Evil.
One more. Well, the Bog is really good. Breath Weapon is very good versus them, it seems. Scatter Ray is pretty good.
You think that Breath Weapon is not good against them?
No, I think it is good because it hits Archaeomancer and the Drifter.
But I'm not sure because the...
I guess you don't really want to wipe the board.
Yeah, you don't really want to wipe them because mostly because they have the Angelica and Wild Enchantment. So killing their stuff may be really bad if they resolve the enchantment in early game.
My opponent is continuing to solve the chat for no reason, but they won game 1 and are continuing to complain about my draw. Good times. All right, let's try to go to post board. Okay, post board, we're on the play. We're looking to get an even better draw and totally hose our opponent.
Okay, that's a really weird starting end, so I'm not really sure if you want to keep it because there's no interaction. We only have one Ursa lands. We don't have card draw. Okay.
And if this were the Scry land, would you keep it?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Because the Scry land here at least gives you maybe some value.
I think we got there. I think we got there.
I think we got. Okay, so probably.
Do you just lead on this? Do we keep everything?
It's probably better to put on the bottom that and one copy of Energy Refractor. Because they may have something like Dust to Dust, so we can play around Dust to Dust.
So you're just going to bottom a Refractor?
Yeah, it's your choice. Seagate or Refractor?
Well, I'm thinking if we lead on Seagate, we have a Pyroblast, but we really want to get the Tron lands into play as fast as possible. If they have a tap land turn 1, we can play a turn 2 Energy Refractor, turn 3 Tron. But if they kill the Energy Refractor, we want to back up. If they don't kill the Energy Refractor, then we can have Pyroblast and then eventually back up. So I feel like the Seagate's the one that we don't want the most, and these draw cards.
Okay, yeah.
Like, we can just hold it in hand, and it's about the same value as the Seagate.
Yeah, you can eventually also keep the second Energy Refractor if we want to play around. Dust to Dust. Eventually, we'll draw another colored mana source. So it's probably better to keep both the...
Do you think my opponent is going to explode if I play Energy Refractor to Tower?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're going to explode. All right, Refractor, go ahead. And we got the bug. So sometimes it doesn't it holds control for you, so you have to spam the control key to get that off. And here's another land, but not a colored source. All right, they're going to leave open counterspell. So we're going to go Tower, go. Oops. How do you... I can't get out of this. I'm trying to press the 2 to go, as the OK. Our opponent is unhappy about the natural Tron. Never didn't have it. I mean, we did mulligan once. That increases the potential rate, right? just by a little
Probably
bit.
the only kind of player that is happy to face Natural Tron are the Ponza players.
Right. Impulse. Muldrifter.
Yeah, Muldrifter.
And we have Pyroblast up.
Uh-huh.
So
We are to cast Muldrifter, yeah.
do I play the island or the power plant?
Oh no, well,
It's
power
basically
plant.
the same.
Yeah.
We have
With a power
another
plant,
refractor now.
we can leave the mana open. Next turn we can go refractor.
I bet. Do you think they're just gonna scoop? Doink. Another Pyroblast.
Ooh.
With the flicker refractor. I love it. It's kind of hard to, as a person who's trying to play mid-rangey control, to fight against the mana of Tron when they just get to bring in any interaction that they possibly want. You're just hoping for them to have a terrible draw, basically. And since this player is playing non-familiars, they are not getting the cost reduction value, so all of their counter spells are costing 2 mana, which is not very good for them. They're gonna get rid of 1 Pyroblast.
Oh, okay.
So we gotta look out for Ephemerate on Cleric. So flickering here is not very good right now. I feel like we just attack with the Drifter and take the 1 from them.
Oh well, first let's see what we draw, because they have a lot of mana. They have a lot of cards. Drawing 3 cards here is not bad. Even though they may have an Ephemerate and target their
Refractor again.
Alright. So we attack with the Muldrifter.
Send.
And in my opinion, here is better to play the Flicker, targeting the Muldrifter and the 1 Refractor.
Because we have a second Flicker anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We have both Ephemerate and another Ghost Flicker. So
we found a prohibit for the Ephemerate, but we can't prohibit and Pyroblast here. Although next turn we have Wall plus double counterspell to get back to Flicker and really lock them down. Another Cleric, so I'm going to attempt to Pyro, or Prohibit.
Yeah, I Prohibit it. So they tap out to counter the Prohibit, and that's fine to me. If they don't, we have no one equal, and we bring back the Ghost of Flicker.
Oh man, they're super dead. Or it seems like we're very ahead. They may not be dead, but I feel like we're pretty ahead.
They're on a sweet spot right now.
We're insulated against Dust to Dust as well. But once we get the Flicker, we'll also be insulated. Just play the biggest land we can, and then this costs 5, so it's like this. Yeah, another Pyroblast is really huge. Get the Flicker, and then I don't know if I want to Flicker right now.
I think you want to do it because we only have 2 Pyroblast as counter spells, so it's better to play the Flicker before they have 1 mana open to cast Ephemerate.
Okay.
So we draw 2 cards, and then we can still leave the mana open to play Impulse in their end phase. And ooh, that's great. We found the teachings.
So I think I discard the island.
Yeah, we're discarding island. Okay, they play another land.
So we can counter Muldrifter.
Yeah, it's a counter.
I mean, this is so demoralizing from their perspective. Right now, we're gonna Teachings for Ephemerate, I think. Maybe on their end step.
If we Teachings for Ephemerate, they may have another effect, so they may another Pyro. I think that before going for Ephemerate, it's better to cast Evoke Muldrifter, Flicker, Wall, and Muldrifter. But do we have enough mana to also cast Teachings for Unwind?
Teachings is 5. Oh, for Unwind.
Yeah, we have enough mana, so or maybe no. Wait.
I think we just hard cast the Drifter if you want to have that open.
No, yeah, we are cast Muldrifter. There's no reason to go for the. Okay.
And then we have Teachings for Unwind, and then we can cast Unwind if they Ephemerate on end step. And if they do nothing, then we can just do nothing, I think.
Yeah.
But on their turn, if they Ephemerate now, Teachings for Unwind is not very good.
No, there's no reason for them to Ephemerate.
I'm not afraid of a Seagate Oracle, so I'm going to let that resolve. We could Pyroblast it, but I don't think it's necessary.
Oh, probably is not worth. We prefer to counter Muldrifter or Archimancer.
So do you teachings for Unwind right now? Oh, they're gonna do something.
They probably
So-
have an Ephemerate in end, so they...
I don't care
If we go
about one
for-
of them dying, right?
No, me neither. So we let the
Sure.
Evoke systems resolve. So we go for Impulse.
Impulse. And we find another wall, so do we take the... I feel like we just take the wall, right? We have Flicker Wall, so we can get back
No,
Prohibit.
maybe it's better to pick the Nova Auror, just because we can bounce their red mana to prevent them casting Ephemerate.
Okay. And
The
then
other copy of Wall is, of course, good, but I think that we can wait for that. So we pass. We...
draw the Ephemerate or opponent.
Okay, so we first I'd go for an expedition map, fetch tower. Yeah, no. In reality, we have one. So there's
Map for
Mark
tower.
first, the Nova Horror first. It doesn't really matter. But I like to have a lot of lands on the battlefield.
Blue. Black. Nova Horror. We get rid of your Tranquil Cove. So they can ephemerate the Dawnmare Cleric, and will we just ephemerate the wall for the target? Okay. Now they have picked up their land and discarding Angelic Renewal. Should I try to flicker right now to get rid of their other white source?
Yeah, I tap for mana, flicker, bounce the plains. So next turn they will have only one white source if they don't want to play the tapped land. Attack for 4.
Yep.
Okay, they discarded the Tranquil Cove. That's fine.
Okay. So they have plains and 2 unknowns in hand. We have Pyroblast for a blue spell. We have Ephemerate. I mean, I'm sorry, opponent, but it's not going very well. Donk.
Now we counter everything.
Now we can attack with the Dinro Horror first, I think.
Yeah, we attack it first, and then choose what to do. Woohoo, another Drifter.
We have an abundance of resources this game. Basically everything we wanted. And I can hear Adepto. Whoops. Okay. Expedition map.
Oh, you can go for Pachuca Bog now. Probably better than another tower. And it's probably better to don't do anything beside so you're sure to...
Besides Flicker?
The lethal damage next turn. No, there's no reason to do that. Just play Moodrifter.
Well.
Oh, well.
You said don't do anything. So I did. I did the 0 things. Oh, Chancery? That's weird. I don't even know why they would play that. I guess it's to get us to do something, maybe? Because now I want to Flicker.
Oh, no. Don't do anything. Just untap and attack.
Can I Teachings?
Oh, well. Teachings is always cool.
Teachings for Teachings. And Teachings for Unwind. Okay. We've got things to do. Another Din Robohorror. That makes it easy. Don't have to Flicker.
Okay.
Alright. We got there.
Easy.
They just took it. Okay, that went well. Obviously having a really, really good start helped. Pyroblast is very good in this. And then just like trying to... I think Din Robohorror is like the mid-range killer. It's just so mean.
Yeah. It's all the cool part about the roller against those kind of piles is that you also force your opponent to interact with it, but it doesn't really generate any kind of card advantage. So, okay. So we have mine, tower. You know, I think that is a keep because we have Muldrifter, pools, and teachings, and that's
right.
Not
so you can just get the Scryland with the map then.
Yeah, we take the Scryland or an island, but probably the Scryland.
Interesting. What'd you say?
Eventually, we find something like an Azure Fractor or a colored mana source. So I think the hand is not really fast, but at least is stable. I mean,
Yeah.
We have the right cards against them. Ah, okay, there's no relic.
They're playing Relic in their Flicker deck. So does that make you sense weakness?
All right, so we draw an impulse. So we go for a Scryland with the expedition map.
Yeah, and then just cast Impulse on their turn. Grabbing the Scryland here. And they're going to Relic me right now. So whenever you see a Relic in play, on end step, you doing something, you know that they're going to use it. So you just spam click the yard so that they don't use all your time. Although I just used my time explaining it, so, you know, back and forths. Grotto. And let's see, Pyroblast, which is keepable.
Put bottom because we need.
We're really looking for Refractor and lands.
We are going for another colored mana source and the last Fog Tron land.
Okay.
So also we don't really have any way to interact with their card advantage stuff. So I think that it's better to try to find the cards that we need.
Playing another Chancery.
That's good for us because we can resolve the Evoke the next turn.
Most likely, yeah.
Maybe they're likely to counter Impulse with this spell.
So, we can find Crop Rotation or Seagate.
Okay, I think that it's better probably to pick the Seagate. Seagate. Because next turn we're not gonna play Crop Rotation. We are gonna
unless they resolve a Mold Drifter, but then even Crop Rotation just gives us Tron, but doesn't give us like things to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we have Refractor. So should we just evoke the Drifter here then? 7/6. We're gonna have to discard if we do that, or we can just play this on red and then play the Refractor.
Yeah, it's probably better to play first the Refractor.
Oops. Yep, you were right there. If I draw Power Plant, I'm gonna be sad.
We can still play. We can still draw an expedition map, maybe. No. Okay. Energy Network Terminal.
So Terminal is pretty good here overall. They're gonna be able to resolve an Archaeomancer for Ponder.
Okay.
And now we can just hard cast a Drifter.
Yeah, sure.
Power Plant.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so now we have lots of options. Drifter is these, then we have 4 mana open. I think I just Drifter first.
Yeah, first we move Drifter.
See if I can draw a counterspell, and then we can Network Terminal and then cast a 2-drop.
Exactly.
Alright, Network Terminal.
And we go for Terminal.
And we can also loot on their end step. The only issue here is potential for Dust to Dust, but also looting lets us play around the Relic better.
That's true.
They
I think that anyway, if they tap out to play Dust to Dust, it's kind of fine for us because we can still play other stuff later. Well, they have the Relic of Progenitus on the battlefield, so if we have 3 copies of Neonical, we aren't really happy. Right?
They're going to...
They clearly have Ephemerate in hands if they play Dawnbringer Cleric now. Well, anyway, we're
just looking to draw a Dinroga Horror right now, I think. Because if we Dinroga Horror the Chanceries, they're never going to come back from that, I think.
That's true. We're looking for the Horror, other copies of Moon Drifter.
So we're just going to loot here, tapping the Refractor, and discarding the Power Plant.
Discard Power Plant, exactly.
More Mold Drifters is always good, and we're just spam clicking the Power Plant here, because as soon as you do a Relic, it just clicks it. Yep. Can't. There's no time saving for them. So I think I'm going to play the Mold Drifter.
Yep. We go for Mold Drifter. Easy Mold
Drifter Day? Drifter Day? I don't know what those syllables were. I meant to say Drifty Boy, but it came out all weird. Okay, attack. Drifter Reno. That's what I meant to say. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't think we want to do anything. Just pass and discard this. Would you have done? Would you have played Teachings or a Wall there?
I still think that we are discarding some land.
So now I can Teachings for Unwind.
Yeah, we can go teachings for Unwind here. So we untap the Ursulans, and we still have enough mana to flashback the teachings.
Would you teachings for what's its face? Ephemerate here? Or just flashback the teachings for teachings?
Let's see. Because we are not forced to already flashback the teachings.
If we flashback the teachings right now, it I guess we don't have to flash it back, right? We'll just wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, also because we have the natural terminal on the battlefield to draw extra cards. If they play Ammo Drifter or Narcomancer, would be better to counter it. And if we tap the mana, then they may choose to crack the relic just to.
I think we get rid of the
teachings from
Unwind.
the graveyard. Yeah.
Dawnbringer Cleric.
Okay,
So I'm gonna let that resolve.
Well, we can flashback the teachings on response. So
Well, I can flash it back in response to the trigger.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'll let there's no reason to scatter ray, that's what I'm saying. Black over here. I'm gonna just cast teaching for teachings.
Oh.
Okay. That worked
But you
out.
solved it.
That's nice for us.
Okay.
Alright.
So what do
They
have?
I don't know. Okay, we have Din Robo Horror, so we can counter the okay, there's some stuff to do here, I think. We can Din Robo Horror their Chancery?
Well, you know, they may have a counterspell in hand.
Right.
But since we have a teachings, we probably can take the risk to play the horror.
What about just, well, pass the turn and then their end step we teachings for teachings, teaching for Pyroblast?
Yeah, that's probably the safest route is the best play. So
do you think I should attack?
We attack for 4, then we discard the Seagate.
To hand size?
Yep. In their end phase, we go teachings for teachings for teachings for teachings for teachings or whatever.
It's pretty crazy having so many copies of teachings and being so flexible. It seems like it's working out okay. We didn't really face any what's face like fast decks yet. I guess we faced. I don't even remember what we played in round 2. This has been a long round. I'm on 7:35 left on clock. 3. Dawnbringer Cleric again.
Another Dawnbringer Cleric.
They're just trying to pressure us, I guess.
Yeah, they probably don't have anything relevant, or maybe they have a counterspell with 2 counterspells. So I guess we go teachings for teachings. Then we flashback teachings for any kind of counterspell.
Teachings again. I would get the Prohibit, I think, because it can also counter.
They may have, yeah, we can counter both Ephemerate and Hydroblast as well. Is clearly better. So
and this also strands a Hydroblast in their hand if we do that. So now we can play the 2, 5 black. I didn't roll a horror.
I'm not sure if it's better to bounce the bounce land or the relic here.
I think I want to bounce the relic now.
Yeah, same.
Since I have all these counterspells for it. Question is, should I cycle the Remote Isle now? They're going to crack the relic in response?
They're cracking the relic in response? That's cool to me. 2 mana, 1 mana. No.
I'm fine with you cracking the relic. Okay, so what are you going to discard, my friend? Should we cycle the Remote Isle?
No, it's probably better to land it as a land drop because we are not certain.
Honestly, I did not consider playing it as a land. That is an option. I always forget. Okay, get rid of the late to dinner. So we still have teachings for Pyroblast. But we can't cast that much. We're just going to try to prohibit this.
Yeah. If I have another counter spell, we can eventually.
So should I use Scatter Ray? No. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's still better to play Prohibit first. Okay.
So now I Scatter Ray.
I'll play Scatter Ray on the relic, so
they'll be tapped out.
We're forcing them to tap out, and then next turn we can go for teachings for Flicker.
And then bounce their relic and their bounce lands. Or just
Yeah,
their bounce lands?
exactly. We can bounce their relic or their bounce lands, and then resolve the Mnemonic Wall and do an even more. All right.
Okay,
So
prohibits down. So I think I'm gonna get rid of the scatter ray.
sure, Scatter Ray is not helpful anymore. They have 2 mana.
So I think I want to Teachings for Flicker, play the wall, get the Teachings, and then start flickering.
I think that's the best thing we can do next turn. So we attack first.
Okie dokie. We can also crop to get a tower in play. Don't know if that matters.
We crop the Crystal Grotto or the Ermotile to get Power Plant, but
Power plant or tower?
a tower. Yeah, I misspelled it.
So blue here. Teachings for Flicker. Cast the wall. Get back the Teachings.
Isn't better to bring back the Prohibit here?
Probably.
Oh well, probably it doesn't change anything much.
Then I was just going to double Flicker. I was going to get rid of this and this.
Okay.
Because later I'm just going to play the wall to get back Flicker, and then they'll have to crack it.
Yeah.
And I can respond with a Flicker.
Also, we don't have much time.
Right. But we have lots in play. I'm confident. Maybe I should have restarted Magic Online, who knows? I've been talking too much, all to myself. Okay, there goes your land. That's a turn. They're keeping that relic. It's very important to them. It did discard a Hydroblast, so us not getting Pyroblast was useful. They have 1 card in hand. Okay, goodbye to my crop rotation.
Next turn we bring back the Prohibit. Oh well, if they don't do anything, we can just attack them for 4 damage each turn, and they're probably gonna lose eventually.
They're just gonna take it, okay.
Alright, so we just attack with everything.
We can also Teachings for Ephemerate to get rid of the relic again.
I think that we can just leave the mana open. Let's see if they want to do something. If they don't do anything, they're probably just gonna die in a matter of a couple of turns.
Yeah, true. They play Tranquil Cove.
Oh no, that Tranquil Cove gave them 1 extra turn.
True. All 4 minutes are gonna be used, I guess. All right, so would you Teachings here now?
No, there's no reason for do that.
Just do nothing?
No, just do nothing. I mean, they need to do something if they wanna lie.
Right. This. Grab land. Grab a Jukabog.
Oh no, wait.
Wait on it? Yeah, probably should have waited till post combat, huh?
Yeah, there's also Cave of Temptation in your deck, so.
Well, I already got rid of the cave.
Okay.
The grotto or whatever.
Yeah, I forgot.
Probably should have bogged them post combat.
Yeah.
That's something. They have 1 card in hand.
Top deck late to dinner. We have a Prohibit in hand to counter it.
So here we can just Teachings for Ephemerate, and get rid of the Arcane-Mancer and attack for lethal.
Yeah, sure. We can also Gust of Flicker, draw Horror and Wall, bounce the Arcane-Mancer, and get rid of the Arcane-Mancer and attack for lethal.
Okay. Boop. Get rid of this. I guess we can always Teachings for our other Flicker anyway, so it's like not even worth it, right?
Yeah.
Just let it be.
We can just Teachings for Pyroblast and kill the Arcane-Mancer eventually. If they have an Ephemerate, we can counter the Ephemerate with Prohibit.
Okay, that's interesting.
So we counter the Ephemerate.
Counter. So what should I Teachings for? They might have a Hydroblast in hand.
So I think that Teachings for Flicker could be the wisest choice. So even if they have an Ephemerate, we can bounce again the Arcane-Mancer. No, don't let the counter spell solve. Or play first to the Flicker.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, they consider.
Alright. You're just leaving these in exile in case they have another Ephemerate in hand?
Yeah, if they have another Ephemerate, they could just bring it back on a counter spell again, but
Okay.
it doesn't really matter because the game is over anyway. But I didn't really want to lose any more times here because, at that point we could lose only due to the Magic Online clock.
Yeah. Round 4
Oh,
versus
really?
Sepetus. We're on the play. We have the nuts. I'm going to keep it, right?
Yeah.
Best possible opener, I guess. Muldrifter
That's
on turn 3.
awesome starting end. We have a turn 3 Urza Tron. We have a turn 4 Muldrifter.
Oh, yeah, we don't have turn 3 Drifter, darn.
Sadly, no, because they banned Prophetic Prism, so we can't play Drifter on turn 3 with Energy Refractor. That's a really great starting end.
Yeah, very, very good. Let's see what they are up to. They mulligan to 5. Plays a Swamp. That could be pretty good for us. We're going to grab the Power Plant and pass the turn.
So the opponent is on a black mid-range pile, or...
Okay, it's...
they're playing.
They're playing some nonsense over here. Maybe it is a Tortured Existence deck? Dawnbringer, Cleric, Crypt Rats. This could be like the... Let's go Refractor.
They're probably sort of Tortured Existence deck. So
would you just play out the second Refractor here? Or map first?
But tap the tower, play map and Refractor.
You don't want to map right now? Or
no, we first play the Energy Refractor, then let's see what the opponent is playing, because if they are a bit Tortured Existence pile, we can crack the Expedition map for Bejuka.
Right, yeah, you're right. I was just going to try to develop the Tron lands, but that makes more sense. I mean, they're playing Ransack the lab. I think that Bog is going to be good regardless. Yep, Unearth.
Okay, so that's a graveyard pile. Okay.
So do I just get Bog right now then? Like, getting rid of Crypt Rats isn't very good.
Okay, because there's a Crypt Rat. Maybe we can wait for the Bejuka Bows. I mean, we have our mobile spells, we have our Rolling Thunder. Anyway, I'll cycle first the remote tile.
So we cycle the remote tile, find a breath weapon.
Okay, that's
another
fine.
Tron land is good.
We go for Muldrifter, I guess.
Play Muldrifter here. Pass the turn. Well, I don't think there's a 2-drop that we care about. Moment's Peace, okay. Not sure if this is going to be a Moment's Peace matchup, really. Like you said, just mid-range piles, we don't need it, and then the fast decks are too fast, it seems. Okay, I'm going to block. Alright, our opponent now maybe can ping everything for 1. They're going to play Discerning Taste. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 1 in your hand, the rest in your graveyard, gain life equal to the greatest power of 1 creature cards in your graveyard. So now I'm going to get the Bog. Right? So they could be unearthing again. Might as well just Bog them. Yeah, this is the Breathless Night pile. Okay. So this says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control. I think they can unearth that. If it enters from the graveyard, you can put a +1/+1 counter on it. Not a very good deck. Seems like maybe it's a fun thing to do though. So I don't judge anybody. I play fun decks. But that first Sphere Gargantuan in play is something I want to get rid of. So goodbye to that.
Gargantua is scary.
It is a big guy. That would be a reason to have Moment's Peace in hand. By this. So we draw. Okay. Pass and attack. And then I guess we just discard this.
Yep.
We want the untapped lands, and keeping Moment's Peace around is good. Prohibit, I think, is probably decent. Breathless Night. Okay, we can...
we can just Breath Weapon eventually. Oh, well, anyway, we have also your 6 circle.
So, I wonder if attacking is useful.
Well, I think that it's still better to attack now, no? Because sooner or later, we needed to kill the opponent. So...
Right. At some point, they're going to let that die. Okay, so I don't think I need to play... I'm just going to play the Drifter first. I don't think I need to not play the Drifter because of the Breath Weapon and everything. And I don't think we need a Breath Weapon right now, so it's all good. Another map. So I can go Refractor map.
I think, yeah. I tap the tower, play map, play Refractor.
And then pass. I don't think there's any 1-mana unearths. Let's pass. We got a lot of lands now.
So we're probably gonna with the expedition map one Crystal Grotto. Okay, there's a Crop Rat.
So we could Breath Weapon now, but I don't know if it's necessary.
No, we can still wait. They're probably gonna kill our Moon Drifter with their Crop Rats anyway.
So I'm mapping now, and I could get Cave or Grotto. I think Grotto for the Scry.
Yeah, I think that even if they destroy our Moon Drifter, that's fine to us, because you just need to find a Rolling Thunder or a non-equal or a Teachings.
Drifter again.
No, Drifter is fine.
So I might as well play the Rhystic Circle now.
Yeah. We can prevent the damage dealt by Creep Rats, but only to us, not on our Moon Drifters. Oh,
Swing away. We can also, like, wipe the board, but I don't know if that's very good.
Okay, arrivo. So...
Are you going to get out of here?
Yeah, because they called me to go to the dinner.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on your top 2. Really sick. And
thank you very much. Sorry to leave here playing against your opponent without my moral support.
Without your expert knowledge, I'm going to have a problem.
My expert knowledge is just have the Urzatron and draw a lot of Moon Drifters, so you win.
Okay, I'm gonna try to enact my plan.
Okay, good luck for the rest of the league.
Thanks for joining us, and let us know in the comments if you are hoping that we can do this again. We may just do that, and next time have the what's it called recording online.
Sure.
All right, I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, so here we are. Just gonna Breath Weapon and then cast our Drifty. Breath Weapon gets the Dawnbringer Cleric off the table. Oops. I forgot I was not in the main phase yet. Alright, play the land. Go ahead and slam this Drifter again. Okay. Draw some more cards. Now we're looking for a Flicker so we can flicker the Bog to get rid of their stuff. Teachings. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can Teachings for something. Not that much going on. I think I want to, like, good Teachings for Teachings. Breathless Night. Alright. So Unearth here would be annoying. I play a Swamp Plains. We're definitely going to Teaching for now. Just don't know what I'm going to get. Oh, Pulse of Marasa maybe would be good. Teachings for Pulse. Okay, draw a card. Blue, let's Pulse of Marasa the Muldrifter. Oops. Should have tapped that for green. Oh, man. Okay, here's a green mana this time. Pulse of Marasa the Muldrifter. Then we'll just go ahead and cast it. They have another Breathless Night in play, so I'm looking for Rolling Thunder, like Adepto said. Destroy Evil, not the greatest. So we can just play maybe Cave out and then attack. Or I could have caved up my creature and attacked. Now at this point we want the Teachings for Teachings. We have the Destroy Evil. I want to probably Teachings for Teachings. And then Teachings for Flicker maybe. Flickering on the Bajuka Bog would be good. To sacrifice a creature or discard a card, destroy target creature or planeswalker. 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we can Teachings. I'm just gonna get the Ephemerate right now anyway, and then see if this will resolve. Like if it does resolve, it's really, really good for me. They only have 2 cards in hand. They did not have another creature in play to sacrifice to the Bone Shards. And if this resolves, it's a bunch of mana, a bunch of value. Okay, so we miss on that. We are now not having our stuff. Find a Flicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue. Flicker here. Draw a card and exile your graveyard. They're down to 1 card in hand. We have a bunch of cards, but nothing to do with it. We have Weather the Storm. Let's play this on green. Pass the turn. So I guess the rest of the game comes down to whether or not they have Bajuka Bog of their own, really. They're playing a land, so they have a campus, and this can scry for them, I think. Yeah, that's scry land. Alright, play some green, run white, I guess. That's the turn. Yeah, I think not having the chain of teachings was the issue. Find another flicker. I think I have to save that in hand in case they have a Bojuka Bog. They scry. Opponent's going to scry one bottom. Goes to 3 cards in hand. We have nothing going on. The thing is, eventually we will draw a Rolling Thunder and just dome them. Find an Impulse. Okay. Blue. Go for the Impulse. Find another Impulse and a Teachings. I think we just take the Impulse. I know I wanted the Teachings, but I want to find a wall like this. There's the wall in order, so play the wall out. Play this. Cast the wall. Wall's going to get Ephemerate. We'll take that for sure. And then I'm going to pass the turn. And then when they use the campus, I'm going to Ephemerate the wall to get Prohibit. And then I'm going to draw cards by flickering the Energy Refractor. Okay. White. Ephemerate. Maybe I should just get the flicker. I'll get the Prohibit. I take the Prohibit, and then I'm going to tap for blue. Alright. Flicker here. And they showed us that they have Snuff Out, so not sure I want to use all my mana right now drawing cards. I'm drawing Impulse. Let's just stick to that. That's the turn. Then our opponent's going to scry. See what they do. 1 top, 1 bottom. Or 0 bottom, obviously. Okay. We'll discard the Moment's Piece. Completely not necessary here. 3 mana. Chittering Rats. Okay. So this could potentially be an Ephemerate pile as well. We get rid of the land. We're just going to Impulse past it on end step. Don't care about Chittering Rats, that's for sure. 2 mana, Dawnbringer Cleric. Let's counter it. See what they do. Do they have the Unearth? Bone Shards. So, since they just Bone Shards me, I'm going to flicker the Bog. I did not play around Snuff Out that time. That was a mistake. Yeah, they're just scooping it up. I should have maybe have done that. Okay. Rolling Thunder. So it's a mid-range pile. We don't need these. Exclude is very good. Exclude didn't roll horror, right? Don't necessarily need Weather the Storm or Destroy Evil. And then we can bring in Grudge. And none of these are good. I don't think Breath Weapon's that good. Don't know if Rhystic Circle is better than Pulsar also here. Definitely want these ones. Their graveyard deck. Rhystic Circle gets eaten by the Dawnbringer Cleric, so I don't want that. Didn't seem like Breath Weapon was that useful. Just maybe the Pulse. And the Pulse also in. Okay, so we have Tron. We have Expedition. We have Expedition map for Tron, which means we have a turn 4 Muldrifter. We also have Exclude. I think I'm going to keep this. Drawing a Refractor. Okay, we found a power plant, so we can just play out the map. Pass. We can play power plant, and then maybe we just get another, what's its face? Like another colored source. We're discarding 2. They're putting 2 swamps to the graveyard and 1 in their hand off the ransacked lab. An energy refractor. Okay. I'm just gonna run the refractor out. Adepto said that we have to get the nuts, and we just went and did it. Easy peasy. Okay, our opponent for 3, Discerning Taste. I don't think that we can exclude a creature from the graveyard. So they find Unmake, Ransack, Breathless Night. We find a Bojuka Bog. I'll just bog them now. Get rid of their 1 creature that they care that much about. Play Refractor. I just have a lot going on. I'm just going to draw the cards. Another Muldrifter. For 2 mana, play Chittering Rats. Get rid of this Grudge. I think I'm going to land go. We could play the Muldrifter, but I feel like I want to hold up this Exclude. I don't know if that's greedy. I can map for the Cycle land, and Cycle, and Exclude. And then this next turn, if I play this Cave, well, I think I should probably just get the Tower here, in reality. Because I have so much card draw already. Yeah, I probably should just get the Tower, and then I can hardcast the Muldrifter and leave up some other stuff. Okay. Correct this, grab a Tower. Draw a card. Find another refractor. Hits keep on coming. Here is a Moldrasher. Okay, that resolves. Didn't expect any less. We have Pulse Marasa, so I can just block and then pulse it back. Alright. Shooting Rats. Block. Okay, that dies. Now, what are you going to do? Here's the Breathless Knight, so we get to answer it with the Exclude that I was holding for this moment. Donk. And now we are looking for a mnemonic wall so we can put, like, our Flicker. They recommissioned the Rats. Okay. Put back the gate, Seagate. We can play the Seagate, crop it for Tower, and then play Drifter, Drifter. Green. Right, yeah, that's enough. Crop Tower. So you have not 12 mana in play. Play a Moldrasher. Oh, I can't just cast another Moldrasher because it's in my graveyard, not my hand. Duh. Okay, it's a 3/3 now. Play the Refractor. Another Pulse. Alright. We don't have any counter spells. We have Cave of Temptation to make our Drifter bigger. They play first Fear Gargantua. They get to draw a card and lose a life. Alright. Heal until next end step here. No blocks. Green. And we will Pulse Marasa the Drifter back. So we can keep drifting. Rolling Thunder would be nice. Didn't seem like they had relics and stuff like that. Oh, Fairy Macabre. Yikes. I'm gonna make this bigger, I guess. And then I'm gonna pass. Yeah, the Fairy Macabre was a problem. Maybe I do need Rhystic Circle. Just as a single thing that can shut them down. They get rid of Ephemerate, Unearth, Witch's Cottage. I will block here. Maybe I should have blocked with 5/4. For 2 mana, they're going to Unearth it. Recommissions the Breathless Knight. Okay. So does that make it a 4/4? Yes, it does. Am I going to lose to this? They turn my power plant into a swamp. I could turn this into a 6/6 by Pulse Marasa in the Cave of Temptation, but then I won't have the power plant. I think I have to draw power plant, pass the turn. We're going to block the Breathless Knight and then Pulse Marasa the Moldrafter. And hope they don't have another Fairy Macabre. Seems like they don't need the Ancient Grudges because of Fairy Macabres. I block. We go to 5. The Dawnbringer Cleric. Are they going to get rid of my Moldrafter? Okay. You can't tap for green. Let's Pulse the Moldrafter. Anything? Anything? Another Fairy Macabre? Yep, that's pretty bad. So now we are very, very, very far behind. I think I took the weather out. And we have to scoop it up. Darn. So they did not act the way that I thought that they would. We will get rid of the Ancient Grudge, right? Ancient Grudge is not necessary. Rhystic Circle. It's okay, maybe. Maybe just bring in the Weather the Storm. Maybe the Destroy Evil. I'm not really sure which is the best answer here. Breath Weapon seemed pretty bad overall. I guess Destroy Evil is okay to get rid of their Giant Flyer. We would like to play first. Thought I had an awesome hand. What happened? So this is a turn 3 Drifter Evoke. Guess keep. We also have Rolling Thunder. They mulligan to 5 this time. That's better for me. They also mulligan to 5 in game 1. Play, pass. And they lead on a swamp. We have Power Plant, Refractor. I like that. Let's see if we can draw into the mine again. Another Moldrafter's good. So next turn, if we do evoke the Moldrafter, we have to discard a hand size, which stinks. 2 mana, ransack the lab. Okay. What do they put in the graveyard? They put 1 in their hand, so they put Discerning Taste into the graveyard, so they must have a creature here. 7, 6, no, we don't have the discard hand size, so we'll just evoke this. I could also have left up the Unwind, but I don't think it's good. There's the Mine, so now we can hardcast the Moldrafters. Land for the opponent, they get a white source. They Evil Presence the Remote Isle. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue. Cast a Moldrafter. They turned my land into a swamp. Womp womp. Let's go ahead and play this map out and pass. We do have the Rolling Thunder in hand, so we're going to try to develop the towers as much as possible. They exile my creature. Darn. Land. Pass. I think I want to get a Scry land. Maybe I should not have played that this turn. Chittering Rats. Annoying. Okay, so I can actually get rid of a land and then crack the map. For the Grotto, and I can Breath Weapon them now, and then Mnemonic Wall back the Breath Weapon. Red, kill your thing. Okay. So let's Scry first. Yeah, Scry first. Looking for flickers, I guess. Bottom that for sure. 3, 4, 5. Blue. Cast a wall. So we get back Breath Weapon, and then I think I'm going to play the Refractor and hold up Unwind. I don't care that much if they unearth the Chittering Rats. Ooh, Dinroa Horror. Okay, so Dinroa Horror is really good. Then we can start pressuring them and like eventually Rolling Thunder. So we have Dust to Dust, and we respond with Unwind. Doink. That would have been pretty brutal for that to resolve. Pass a turn. Alright, so we can Mnemonic Wall back the Unwind. Don't think we can need to like play out the Dinroa Horror right now. Let's land. Let's put this on red. Pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can play Dinroa for this coming turn. They're gonna Dawnbringer Cleric and get rid of my Mole Drifter. Sad. 4 Drifter Reno. Okay. Teachings. Black. Blue. Dinroa Horror. Bounce this. Play C8 on red. Pass the turn. We can attack and then Teachings for Flicker. They have I think 3 mana for Chittering Rats. Do I care? I don't think I care. Put Breath Weapon on the top. Plays a land. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's fine to just Teachings for a Flicker here. So we're getting the Ghostly Flicker. Draw a card. Play Power Plant. And then attack. How much mana do we have? 2, 4, 6, 12, 13, 14. Alright. Only have to hit them a couple of times. Okay, so let's Flicker once. Getting rid of their white sources. Get rid of this one. Get back to Flicker. Trying to leave open the Unwind. Teachings, huh? Alright, Teachings. I'm gonna get... I think I can Teachings again. Teachings for Ephemerate. Okay. Teachings. Blue. Teachings again. Get the Ephemerate. And white. Ephemerate the wall. Get back to Flicker. That should just seal the deal, I think. And opponent gives us the GG's. Probably go to round 5. Alright, round 5 versus Paulo. Spin on mono blue, mono red, all sorts of stuff. Okay, we have Impulse, Flicker, Ephemerate. I don't know if this is a keep, but we have a turn 2 Impulse, so I'm going to keep it myself. I feel lost without my my main man. Let's play Seagate on green and pass the turn. Green, go ahead. Last time I saw him, he was playing mono red synth burn. White. Lunarch Veteran. Okay, mine, pass. Now we're looking for Refractor. We're looking for, I don't know. They're going to go wide, so Ristic Circle is kind of medium. Looks like mono white. Okay, we find Impulse or Refractor. I think I would rather have the Refractor. Don't know if that's correct either. Oh, no. Just the whole deck runs off of a Refractor, so I feel like it's good. They are on white Weenie. So, Circle's decent. We can evoke the Drifter. Go to 7 cards in hand. Find the tower. Okay, okay. Then we can cast the Ristic Circle. Lock them down. Although they could have Dawnbringer Clerics in their deck. We cannot flicker the Mystic Circle. Of note. Okay, they do stuff. So 1, 2, 3. It's going to cost me 6 mana. Tower. The Refractor. Let's just play this Drifter. 6 mana. So we can't flicker Drifter. We just have to cast it. Pass the turn. I don't think I can afford to block into... Sorry, I don't think I can afford to block this into the 3 mana pump spell. Alright, they're just going to get in for 5. Okay. Continue this turn. Okay. Let's see if we can get this Mystic Circle online. I've never tried it before. Land. Okay, there's the Mystic Circle. Go ahead. 2 mana. Journey to Nowhere. I will flicker in response, I think. We are going to take 6. Draw 3. Okay, draw all my cards. So we can Teachings for the Moments Piece, which is nice. And we get in for a bunch. Take it. Land. Let's see. Okay, attack. And then pass the turn. Discarding the island. I think we can just fog them out with a Mystic Circle here. Tap. No. Say no to choose this source. Circle. So it asks you if you want to prevent it. No. Choose this source. This one. Alright, this is going pretty well, actually. We're circling. That one. Do you want to pay? That one. Okay. Prevent all the damage. Now what? 3 mana. Bugler. Let's counter that. Blue. Counter that. And then Impulse. Let's just draw a bunch of cards. Okay. White. Ephemerate. Draw 2. It's about the same as Impulsing because we get to see all those cards anyway. I'm going to Ephemerate again. Blam. Okay, another tower. Can play Network Terminal. Play Muldrifter. They have 3 mana. Okay. Well, we have to pass anyway. Gonna get rid of the cave. Guess that's fine. Cave Grotto. We don't need the Scry or anything right now. We can still Teachings for a Moments Piece. It's kind of a bummer. This circle isn't play for them, that's for sure. Okay. Trying to make this a fast game. Tap this. No. You. Circle again. Are you going to pay? This one. Still not banned. This one. Okay. No blocks then. Okay, we take 0. Stay at 2. They play a Thraben Inspector, so that's going to gain them a life. And get a clue. So I'm kind of looking for a Rolling Thunder here. Just clear the board. 2 mana. Squadron Hawk. I can't do anything about that. Okay. I don't think there's anything that I really need the Teachings for other than maybe like a Wholesome Marasa. Let's just play this. Get another Teachings or a Crop Rotation. Guess the crop. Can crop green. Crop this. Grab a tower. And then we can now Teachings and grab Moments Piece. And play Mnemonic Wall. Grabbing the Ephemerate. Land. Attack you for 4. Okay, just trying to do stuff. We have the Moments Piece, and they're going to scoop to the Ephemerate Moments Piece. That's cool. That's cool. Circle is good. Destroy Evil is for Journey to Nowhere, right? So that can be okay. Breath Weapon is like pretty medium, but it does clear the board. Rift and Roar is any good. Guess it's good. I'm gonna go with tokens and stuff. Exclude is not that good. Once piece. I feel like maybe the only thing that's not good enough is like the Unwind. I'm not super happy about the Breath Weapon. Maybe the Weather the Storm's not needed. Submit. We did not meet any red decks. Weird. Okay, so could probably do better. It's a little bit slow, right? Seagate into Impulse into do nothing. It didn't Robohor eventually. On the draw, Mulligan. That seems worse. Mulligan again. Mulligan. No, I should have kept it. Okay, keep. We're gonna put back one of these, this, and the Mill Drifter. And I think lead on the Seagate for green, and then plan on evoking the Drifter. This is a lot worse than our opener. Okay, Thraben Inspector, part 1. Seagate on green, then we can do something on turn 2 at least. Our opponent's going to get in with the Thraben Inspector and hit us down to 19. Plays Core Skyfisher, picks up the Thraben. Okay. We can prohibit the Thraben or we can Impulse. I don't think I need to prohibit a Thraben. I want to save the prohibit for specifically like a Squadron Hawk. They're getting in. Okay. We go to 17, Impulse. There's a power plant. So now I can play the power plant and then wait until I just hardcast the Drifter. Or I can evoke the Drifter right now and let it die and hope to draw into more stuff. I think doing nothing is bad against aggro, so I'm just going to evoke it. I don't know if that's correct either. They're gonna. I was really afraid that they had a Mana Tide there for a second. They did not. We need more colored sources. Battle Screech is not great. So they could actually kill us soon off this Battle Screech. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We're dead to the pump spell now. We have Breath Weapon. So we need to find colored source here. Stink. Impulse. Alright. We're probably dead here. Wait for it. They tap 3 mana, we're dead. Okay, they didn't have it. We're at 8. I suppose I could have just waited and prohibited their pump spell, so that was my bad. 4, 5. They have the Squadron Hawk. Yeah. Mistakes maybe. Not having the Mill Drifter in play is a problem. Just not having an Energy Refractor has been huge here. Cave of Temptation. Alright, we will pass. We're gonna get in. We cast Breath Weapon. Blow everything up. Okay, so they let that happen. We go to 6. Now we're looking for a Pulse Marasa. 2 mana. They play Rafine's Informant. Alright, I think I just have to Impulse here. Taking the Mnemonic Wall. Pass the turn. So I can wall for Impulse. Not really sure what I want to do. They discard a Journey to Nowhere. Assuming I don't have any creatures coming up, but I do have the wall coming up. And they have 5 power in play. Find a Refractor. Very good news. Play Urza's Tower. Tap, tap. Blue. We're going to play out this wall and grab the Breath Weapon. No. Is that good? I feel like I want the Impulse. Like, we can just Breath Weapon right now and then leave ourselves dead, but I think I want the Impulse. Pass the turn. I maybe should have played the map this turn, actually. 5 mana. No, because I need to leave a Prohibit for the other thing. Alright, we will counter the Journey and pass the turn. Relic. I forgot. I did not realize they'd be ringing Relic. So we can beat the Relic with an Ephemerate, maybe. Lock here. We take 3. Now Pulse of Moros is offline. Draw. Okay. Another Refractor. Draw. That stinks. So blue. Let's Impulse. Another Refractor. I think we lose here. The only thing that could save us maybe a... No, I think we lose. Alright, let's go to game 3. I think the Din Robohor is going to be too slow. Bring the Rolling Thunder and the Ancient Grudge. Is Exclude good? It might be good. It might be better than Unwind. Submit. Sort of like an aggro mid-range deck. We would like to play first. Okay, let's keep. We're going to play Mine in case we draw into, like, Tron Refractor somehow. Pass a turn. Land, go. Pass a turn again. We do have the Moment's Beast, so we can buy a couple of turns. Kind of want to save it for like a big all-in turn from them. They're playing Relic. Okay. Gets in for 1. We find Tron. Let's play Cave and pass. We can counter like a Core Skyfisher here and then untap and cast Muldrifter. Just counter whatever. Pass a turn. They're going to eat this Prohibit. We're going to untap and play a Muldrifter. Land. Blue. And turn 4 Muldrifter, just slightly ahead of schedule. Find the Exclude and another Muldrifter. I think I'm just going to start spamming Drifters. Although, okay, there's a Journey to Nowhere. I did sign out. Did not keep the Dinrobahors in. Problem. Get in. Play another Drifter. I feel like I'm going to naturally draw into Collide Sources, right? That's my plan. Okay, draw some cards. We did. Perfect. And we get to Scry. Rhystic Circle, we'll put that on top. That's what won us game 1. We have Impulse. We know we're drawing Rhystic Circle anyway. 3 mana. Militia Bugler. Bugler. Turn off audios. So I think I probably want to Impulse Circle, so I don't have to naturally draw it, and I get it if I want to. And then I will have another draw. Let's take this Circle, and then draw a card. So we don't have enough mana to do everything I wanted to do. So I'm just going to cast Muldrifter and leave up Exclude. So Impulse goes away. Let's play Island. Power Plant. And attack. I think I'm going to bottom or discard this Impulse. Since now I have this Ephemerate. Impulse goes away. We have Exclude, and we can also just Ephemerate here. We're going to get in for 2. Okay. 3 mana. Another Rafine's Informant, so now I'm going to exclude that. Lamp. Draw a card. We find a Crop Rotation. Okay. My life total is getting lower. Land. White. And white. Cast this Rhystic Circle. Now I'm going to start attacking them. Yeah. What are you going to do? They're going to get rid of the Exclude, yeah? Attack for 3. Alright. Pay 1. Do you want to pay? They do want to pay. Pay 1 again. This guy. Pay. No. And then I'm not going to do the other one. Actually, I will. Then I'll Impulse. This one. And Impulse. Finds Wall. Okay. Pass the turn. They could have a Cleric. That would be a bummer. They play a Squadron Hawk. We're pretty behind on clock, but I think we're doing okay. Swing in. And then play out our wall. Getting back the Impulse. Did I bring in the Grudge? I did, right? So I can Teachings for Grudge right now. Or I can't cast it, though. I could Crop. No, that won't work. I could just lead on Ephemerate. Let's see what happens. Now they have 4 mana. They play a Hawk. Okay. Plays another Hawk. Okay, so I can end step Teachings and then get the Relic or get the Grudge, and then they are going to go for Grudge my Teachings or Relic my Teachings, and I can Ephemerate back the Teachings. Right? I think I can do that. Blue, cast Teachings, get the Ancient Grudge, pass the turn. They're going to Relic. And then I just cast the Ephemerate to get back the Teachings. And then I Grudge their Relic. And then I have the Fog Walk. Boink. Yes. Okay. Draw. We do have the Rolling Thunder in the deck somewhere. Play this on red, I guess. And red. Grudge this. Go ahead and attack with everything. They're going to sacrifice their creatures. I will Ephemerate my Muldrifter, and then Impulse. Refractor. Okay, you take 2. play this. No, okay. Just go ahead and cast the Refractor, and then you can crop this island or Seagate. Crop the island for another tower, and then we can play Moment's Peace on their turn. Green, and here's a Moment's Peace, and that's all we're going to do this turn. We can still block. They are going to draw a card, and then I need to draw another card. Actually, I don't think I want to block. There could be cards like sacrifice a blocking creature. Okay. I think we're going to take it. We're going to get our 4-1 maybe? 3-2? I don't even remember. Let's look. We're 3-1 right now. We lost against Poison Storm. Poison Proliferation Poison. And we got there. Alright. So, back to the list. It was pretty sweet. Sometimes we ran out of colored sources, but that is to be expected, as Adepto said. And I appreciate for him joining, and I appreciate everybody for watching. Sorry the beginning of it was a little weird. I'm definitely going to watch that and laugh at myself. We will see you in the next video. Thank you.